Attention! It is time to change the channel. Live from Philadelphia, it's Mr. Pritchard's Art Room!
Wow, that is a lot of Mr. Pritchard's. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, hi.
Bonjour.
Hey,
Bonjour.
I'm a little
Hey,
sad.
I'm tired. Well, what are we doing today?
I don't know.
Is it lunchtime?
Maybe something fun?
I'm thinking we're doing something that repeats.
Repeat?
Anybody
I
here
don't
know what
Is
that
it
means?
A rerun?
I don't know.
To
Maybe
repeat?
like a
Repeat?
rerun on TV?
Sounds good.
Good answer. Where'd everybody go? And what happened to my shirt? It changed. Well, to repeat means to happen again, and maybe again and again. It could be a repeat, like a rerun on TV. It could be the same show again and again. Or it can repeat and be kind of the same idea. Let's give an example. Maybe we're talking about circles. So it could be a circle, maybe a baseball, basketball. So it's the same idea, yet a little different. So we're going to do something that repeats in our artwork. Now you might decide to do a shape. Let's do the circle again. We have a circle and a circle. And you'd add maybe another couple, circle, circle, and a circle. Then maybe a couple more. Oh, come on. That is way too many. Can we get these off? Thank you. Now you might do something different than a shape. Maybe a number, maybe an alphabet, maybe word, maybe a lot of words. Now, like I said earlier, it can be something that repeats yet be a little different. Same family yet different. Give you an example. Maybe you're picking a dinosaur. Here we have a dinosaur and a dinosaur that repeats. It's the exact same. Yet maybe put some different dinosaurs in there. Same idea, yet it repeats. We got dinosaur, 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 dinosaur. So, repeats. Similar family, repeats. Doesn't have to be the same exact thing like the circle was. Now here's where we might get a little bit more complicated. Eventually, I want you to pick two things that repeat, such as, here we got the birds. Hello. And then we'll add another thing to it, something that's related to it. So with the birds, I'm putting trees. So there we go. Maybe if you're doing buildings, the buildings can go with people or sidewalks. Maybe buildings and clouds. Maybe clouds and suns. Maybe grass and flowers. Instead of just flowers, 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 what would you add to it? Let's get into some of the art examples from this lesson. Now, I got the idea for this lesson from the book Drawing Autism. It documents individuals with autism or octogenarians that make art. One chapter was devoted to the idea of repeating. The artist on the left, Noah Edinburgh, is repeating words, different words all over the paper in different colors. The artist on the right is repeating a person with a polka dot shirt. And from another lecture I was listening to, the idea came about of not only repeating, but adding to the repeating theme to start branching out in art. So, put these ideas together, and here we are with this lesson. Now, the one on the left I really like because the words, I don't know if there's any meaning to it. I just like how the words went together to form a piece of artwork. This book had a lot of artists in it. Here's another artist from the book, David Barth. You can actually see my finger holding the page. Not only does it have apes in it, but another thing added to it with birds and other things from where the apes live. Here is the artist, Andy Warhol. Now we're going to start getting into different examples outside the book. Repeating those soup cans or the cows again and again and again. This idea in pop art too that Andy Warhol did with repeating themes reminded me of this video of the person here. There are so many of this person. There's like 18 of the same person, just in different shades of colors and different expressions. So it repeats, yet it changes a little bit. Maybe this might be something you do in your art. This is the artist Jasper Johns. There's a strange photograph of him on the left. On the right is some of the repeating ideas of just a line. Now, Jasper Johns didn't just use lines, did other things too. Here's a repeating flag that gets smaller and bigger depending on which way we're thinking about it. Some of the artwork you'll notice is symmetry, some is asymmetry. I think the count's trying to tell me what Jasper Johns is doing here. That's definitely numbers, again and again. Nice job, Count. Oh. This is the artist, Yayoi Kusama. Likes using polka dots, so circles again and again and again. Not only polka dots, but also mirrors. So you get this reflection of it, and I must make the rooms look gigantic. The one on the top left always reminds me of cheese in that bright lemon yellow with the polka dots. And then the bottom right, I really like the pink tentacles, that pink grapefruit tentacle with the black polka dots inside of it, those black licorice polka dots. These are tessellations when these shapes relate to each other. It's a style of art. I really like the one on the right with the Z's all over the place in different angles. Now the tessellations reminded me of the artist M.C. Escher. The artwork on the right from M.C. Escher of the iguanas or lizards or chameleons reminded me of tessellations, how they're all over the place in different directions, such as the same with the birds and the fish. Now M.C. Escher's artwork also reminded me of kente cloth from Africa. So here we have some examples of African kente cloth with the designs. Very much reminded me of tessellations and of M.C. Escher, and I wondered if the inspiration came from African kente cloth. This is Amma Woodsley Thomas. Now in Amma Woodsley Thomas art, it's almost like a broken up square or rectangle, like a piece of it, again and again and again. Here it is in blue blueberry. Here it is in the shape of a spiral with multiple colors of these concentric circles, small to big, and then the mountain made from this shape. Again and again and again and again and again. And they're painted on. Here's another one of that circle kind of design. This is the eclipse. And there is Amma Woodsley Thomas on the right working. Neat stuff, just that same repeating shape, but made into different things. Not just a square kind of shape, but made into things. This is the artist Odile Dano Odida. Now, I feel as though most of the art is just triangles in bright colors. We got green mint, lemon yellow, red cherry, and they're again and again interacting with each other in different directions. This second one, I think more of a pyramid than a triangle because it looks more three-dimensional to me. It's got sides to the pyramid. It's not flat like a triangle. This is the artist's nickname, Lefty Out There. Now to me, Lefty Out There uses mostly squiggly lines that are all over the place. Not a straight line, not a curve, just squiggly, quick lines that are kind of squiggly. Interesting designs, and they interact with each other. Here we have two versions. We have one in blue blueberry, one in green mint with that. I love the green mint with the squiggly lines and black licorice. It's very, very bold, and it has an interesting contrast to it. Lefty Out There also works on giant murals on a building. Here is Lefty Out There on a giant elevated platform, safely harnessed in with a helmet, working on a building. Might be saying, did Lefty Out There, Mr. Pritchard, do other types of art other than murals and paintings and drawings? Yep. Here's an example not only on a mural, but on clothing. Interesting squiggly line technique on clothing. It has an interesting fashion design idea. Let's get into the next artist. This is Kenny Scharf. Now, Kenny Scharf repeats again and again these kind of abstract characters, and they interact and kind of touching each other, and sometimes they almost feel like they're melting inside of each other. I really like when it's super big on the screen with those red cherries and the green mints designs going in or out of each other. They don't seem to mix in colors, though, together. Now, the one on the left here is kind of interesting because it doesn't have those interesting characters. It has hairstyles, cars, and lunch food, which is kind of interesting, yet they repeat. Now, how about these two? What are the common themes here? They have them again and again, just the color changes. Yet they have two common themes, I feel. And the two common themes I feel they are spirals and circles, or maybe you're thinking spheres because they're three-dimensional balls. And it's just repeating again and again and again and again. So this is kind of what I was talking about, adding to the lesson with more than one. This is the artist Takashi Murakami. Most of the time it's these flowers again and again and again. They have happy faces on them. They remind me of the video game Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers. Here they are, some of the designs with an added motif. On the top they have these cartoon kind of bunny rabbits on top of the flowers. On the bottom they have skulls with the flowers mixed together. Colors are interesting. You have warm colors and cool colors. Again, adding to the flowers. I like the one on the right, adding expressions of self-portraits of himself. Happy, sad, maybe excited. It's interesting. So adding to not just the same item. Now this is the most difficult I feel from these examples because it's a little bit more complicated. This is Ramiro Brito. Multiple things are repeating. Polka dots, squiggly lines, all kinds of things repeating. Then with different characters on top. You might have hearts and flowers, but like I said, you got these squiggly lines, polka dots, different colors repeating, themes repeating. Here's the theme of love repeating in two different languages, amor and then in love. But then you got the polka dots, the squiggly lines, the triangles in it, the colors, the flowers. It repeats again and again and again. So as I said, this I felt was the most complicated because it's got a lot of different things repeating inside of the artwork. That was a lot of examples. Did you have a favorite? I did. Now it's time to get into the lesson. It's going to be up to you if you want it to have symmetry being the same. Such as if I drew a pen on this side, vertical up and down, well, then over here it'd be vertical up and down too. Asymmetry would be vertical, and then over here like horizontally. Some of the artists had symmetry that the objects were the same, such as those pyramid designs we saw. Pyramid, 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 or the soup cans. The only thing different in the soup cans were the names. Some of the artists had asymmetry. Might have a design, then the design actually turned and then turned again, and they were kind of interacting and touching, so it's completely up to you. Now I want you to start off repeating one idea. And then eventually we're going to add something else to it. Similar to what I said earlier, I repeated birds earlier on the screen. Birds, 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 birds. And then I repeated something else with it that had a relation to it. For me, it was trees. So I had trees, birds. I'm talking with my hands a lot today. You might do planets. And then later on, if there's planets, 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 you might add stars. Stars, 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 stars with the planets. So a relation to it. Have fun with it. I think I want to try one with the words, and I might even do it that like I turn the page and write words different directions. That would be interesting with Braille, having the Braille going in one direction, then turning it, re-Brailing, and turn it, because then they interact and they'll start merging together. And I feel as though that might be what happens with the words. They'll merge together to form different words, which is interesting. As I said, have fun with it. Until next time, everyone be well and be nice to each other. And take care.